Habari Tanzania, Ritha Talk Show. Tafadhali uendelee kusubscribe kuwa na mimi, na leo kama kawaida naomba niwaeleze nimevalishwa na Fab Trends. Fab Trends, asante sana, na tupo at the beautiful, wonderful Central Park. Makeup by Home Makeup Tips. Endelea kutembelea Instagram rita.tarimo. Even breathing it, I can feel the energy. Guys, today tunaongelea nianze vizuri tu. Let's talk energy. Energy is what we are. Na haya maneno anayasema my friend Uswege. Guys, you will feel the energy passing through the screen to you. Get ready. Uswege.
Yeah, asante sana Ritha.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for your work to the community. I know how much you love talking about purpose, talking about energy. Now, not only talking about these things, living them. Kwa hiyo kwa kweli umefanya impact kubwa sana, and to tell the truth, I see it's just the beginning for you.
Thank you.
You have a long way to go. Na mimi ni mmoja wa watu ambao we are voting for you. Na naomba, please tell us about yourself and your journey.
Yeah, so first of all, I am truly honored to be part of your show.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have been one of those, powerful and inspirational women in Tanzania.
Truly grateful, humbled.
Who I look up to. So,
thank you.
yeah, this is a wonderful moment to be able to, share my work with you, and through this to let the world also know what you are up to. So my name is Uswege Mwakapango, and wow, who am I?
Your energy.
Yeah, I am this being that truly love to see all of us. We are living from within, from who we truly believe to be, inside of us, regardless of the expectations that has been put out there. That if we choose to be that way, we are convinced that we are going to be defined as successful. And sometimes we bury what is really us from inside, only to satisfy what is expected of us from the outside. And my job, and I feel like my purpose on this earth, is to be a catalyst of awareness of who we truly are, but at the same time inspire courage and strength, to show up as who we truly are from within, fearlessly. Yeah.
Wow, that is deep. I know you're going to thank me. So I also believe that we are souls, but we now have this structure. But it's also difficult to understand. How did you come to this realization?
Well, it's a very interesting question. So, first of all, I struggled so much with schooling. Yeah, growing up as a kid, although I was good in class, I struggled so much with schooling. And when I say struggling, it's because of not knowing why I should even go to class, why I should go to school, why I should go to college and something like that. My mom's answer of, you are going to be successful if you study hard, didn't make sense to me, because I lost my father when I was 9, and all I knew about success was being able to eat, being able to get shelter, good clothes for me, and school didn't provide that for me. So like the go to school and success didn't make sense to me. Back then I just wanted to go on the street, fetch for money so that I can accommodate myself, It was until I get to the university when I was in first year and I was volunteering with this organization when this guy from Australia, he asked me a question. He said, wow, man, you work with such passion, you know, that is rarely seen, you know, within other people. Can you tell me, when you grow up, who do you want to be?
Wow.
You know, so it's like a, to other people might seem like a very simple question, but to me it was a wow question, an eye-opening question, you know, and it didn't go to who do you want to be, like, you know, do I want to be a lawyer or whatever. Like, to me it was, who do you want to be as a person?
Yeah.
You know, what do you want to be known for? You know, what do you want to be remembered for, you know? And just thinking that I never had a chance to even think through that, it made me realize how much and why it was so difficult to see how my education was connected to my success. You know, because for me, in reality, success is about, you know, becoming who we are.
Who we truly are.
Who we truly are. You know, learning and mastering our energy, learning and mastering our potential, learning and mastering our aspirations. You know, but I went to school, I went to college without even knowing who I am, who I was, my aspiration, and how the education is connected to the person I'm striving to be. You know, and so that was the beginning of my dream. That was the beginning of the purpose discovery process of Uswege Mwakapango. You know, that was the time when I said, I'm going to go back to my college and try to ask my fellow students the same question.
Yeah.
And see what's going to happen.
And you've done
Who do you want to be?
really well on that.
And I did that. And that was the beginning of my dream. That was the beginning of my journey.
Yeah. Interesting.
Thank you.
One thing, you talk about this big word, energy. Energy is what we are. What does that even mean?
Thank you. Wow, energy.
Yes,
Why
yes.
energy, and what is energy?
Yes.
And what I mean when I talk of human being, we are energy.
Yeah.
You know, I came into this realization that within us, there is this level of awareness, you know, like this level of consciousness that help us to recognize our body, you know, that help us to recognize our thoughts.
Oh my God.
That help us to recognize our mind. And so I kept on asking myself, so if there is something within us that help us to recognize that, oh yeah, our body is beautiful, you know, now I'm thinking negatively.
Yeah.
You know, now I feel pain, then who are we? Then, because it means we are not our body.
Oh my God.
You know, but we have the body and we are not, you know, our mind. You know, within us there is mind, so who are we?
Isn't that deep? Just there. There's this thing that helps us recognize our body. You can feel it. You can stand.
And sometimes we can argue against ourselves and say, wow, that was not me.
Yeah.
But it is the same me saying that was not me. You know, I was wrong that way, like that way, saying that was wrong. So who are we? What is within us that is showing us, you know, and helping us to give meaning to our experience? You know, that was the beginning of my understanding that, you know, as human beings, we are more than we see in ourselves. You know, we are more than our perception. Just like a hydroelectric power plant harness energy, you know, from water to generate electricity, you know, human being, physical presence is just an avenue through which the energy that we are inside of us can make someone smile. When we want someone to smile, something within us can change our facial expression and generate smile.
It's that fire.
You see, you know, if we want someone to feel our emotion, something within us is activated and make people feel that.
Yeah.
And so for me, speaking of energy in this world of labeling, you know, where a lot of us, a lot of people are being labeled by the color of their skin, are being labeled by their sexuality, are being labeled by their background. And sometimes we are being labeled by, poverty that we came from.
You're right.
Not knowing that those are just circumstances. Those do not define us.
Oh, please. Poverty, anything else, religion, sexuality does not define who we truly are.
Absolutely.
Those are circumstances.
Circumstances. Those are circumstances, that we lived by, that we cannot accept. That if we allow the energy inside of us to be at work, we can change them, all of that. And that's why we're having people who came from poverty, but right now they are leading the world, because we are not that. But at some point, our socialization made us believe that we are what we experienced.
Today, our circumstances, our socialization make us believe that we are what we experience.
Yes.
But that is not who we are.
That is not who we are. And that's why we can say, I experienced this. I experienced this. We don't say I am this. I experienced this. When I was growing up, I starved several times.
Yeah.
But I am not starvation. I am, this body or type of awareness that understand, that is aware of what is happening in the world. But at the same time, although it is aware of what is happening in the world, it is also aware of the response that need to be taken, to account for what is happening. And that's why I work with young people. And sometimes what makes me very happy is, doing some activity where I ask people, to listen from their inner voice. Saying, let's say, when you face a particular problem, within you, do you just hear the problem, or do you also hear what you can do about it? And in most of cases, is both of them. We experience something, and within us, we hear this voice telling us what we can do. Whether we have the courage to do it or not, but within all of us, there is this level of awareness, that this level of energy that is speaking with us, is giving us solutions over and over and over.
Wow. This is deep. And I meet very few people who are this deep. How, if I didn't know about this, if today is the first time I'm hearing this, what should I do to understand? What should I do to understand that I am more than what I see? I am more. There's me. And I tell you, I have a number of people who have arrived to this level of self-actualization. Today, if it is the first time I am hearing this, and I want to believe or to understand that I'm more than what I see, I'm more than my circumstances, because not knowing who we really are causes anxiety, depression, so many things. How do I reach to this level? How?
Thank you. So I will not pretend to have a one size fits all answer at the moment, but I can only share my experience. I think with me, it's all about, taking a moment to listen to ourselves. So I believe in human experience, we have two levels of healing. We have two levels of healing, and you have two sources that we can listen from.
Okay.
And one source of healing, or one source that we can choose to listen from, is ourselves. We can choose to listen to our inner voice. to the feeling in our gut, you know, to the sound, to the voice that is speaking through us, or we can choose to listen to what other people are saying, or what the community have educated us are the ways of being. You know, so for me, I would say, if I was advising someone to be able to see and feel into their energy, it's to start learning to respect more of themselves and understanding and believing that they are energy, and that within them there is something that is speaking.
Which is true.
Speaking, but because we are so busy listening to the external voice, the voice inside of us is crying because it is not being heard. And when our inner voice is not being
I'm
heard,
loving this.
we are never fulfilled. You know, because we are battling ourselves for the sake of fitting into what the society is expecting of us. And that is one among the things that I have been training myself to master and to have courage, you know, to step against since my first consciousness of who I am. I had to train to say, you know, I am satisfied with who I am.
Yeah.
I will not behave in this way only because the society feel like that is the right way of behaving. I'm going to follow my heart. I'm going to go deep, and I'm going to use what is within me to be of service to myself and to my community and to the entire world.
Wow.
And I believe everybody can do that.
I truly believe so.
If we
too.
choose to do so.
Because a soul cannot be controlled. You can't force a soul to fit in. The challenge is the circumstances of the community force some people, most people, to fit in.
To fit in.
And so the soul is struggling, and so you can't be fulfilled.
You cannot be fulfilled. And the easy way that I always tell people is that, you know, everybody who believes in God says, most of people who believe in God says, we were created by the image of God.
Yes.
We are sons and daughters of God.
Yes.
And God is the creator.
Yes.
We were never born to fit into anything. We were born to create.
You're
And
right.
our creation comes as we show up as who we truly are.
Yeah.
You know, we create the world not by saying today I'm going to create something.
Yeah.
No, our presence, our full presence create experience. Our full presence create a product, you know, for ourselves and for the people. You know.
By the way, one of the things that most people believe are not to be done to fit in, a man can never go into a labor room, especially in our culture. I was
Wow.
looking for an opportunity for this.
Wow.
You went to see your child being born.
Absolutely.
Tell me about that.
When we get our firstborn, Lugano, I traveled to the US when he was only 3 months. And I stayed in the US and Canada for almost 8 months away from home. And when I get back, I promised my wife that I will be a better father, you know, and that will include me, you know, being present in the labor room with you when our second baby was coming. And I did. It was for the love of my wife and commitment on my promise. Yeah, so it was an experience that felt so tough for me. What a selfish of me. I was not thinking of the pain that my wife was feeling, but I was like me seeing what my wife was going through during the labor, like experiencing her pain. I think was one of the toughest experience I've ever faced, you know, in my life.
Very brave
and
of you.
It was in that moment when I said, wow, if you feel like you are not worthy in this world, go and ask your mother the pain that she had to pass through to make sure you get safe into this universe.
It's another level of love.
Come on. Come on.
Well done.
Come on. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
proud
you.
of you.
Thank you. Thank
And,
you.
I met you through your wife, lovely, lovely, intelligent young girl, young lady. I must say.
I feel blessed to
Yeah,
have her
yeah.
by my
She
side.
is truly
Yeah.
a blessing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know we are running out of time. I don't want this to end. Please tell me, with all your work, you move from one school to the other, from one college to the other. You are now on the media. You want us to know many things, but truly know our purpose and who we truly are. Today, for people who are watching us, if someone has lost hope, if someone is on the verge of killing themselves, what are you telling us?
Thank you. Oh, thank you. First of all, what is coming in my heart at the very first is we all lose hope, all of us.
At some point.
At some point, we are all afraid. At some point, we all feel difficulty. At some point, sometimes I am on stage, speaking, and people are cheering out there, and I am so scared. But nobody knows that I am scared. And get off the stage, everybody's cheering, and I'm telling them, like, but did you know that I was scared? Did you know that I didn't even know that I could do it? So what I will say is that feeling of fear, hopelessness, feeling something is tough, they are no more feeling. And I think the world needs to start accepting that it is okay. Like conquering them, begin with accepting that it is okay to feel hopeless sometimes, to experience fear sometimes, to feel like something that it is tough sometimes, as much as it is okay to feel happy, to feel excited, to feel fulfilled, because we wouldn't be able to feel excitement or happiness if pain was not there.
You're right.
So as much as pain is difficult to people, just we need to learn to accept it. And when we learn that it is okay, we will survive and thrive.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I always say I am hopeful for Africa. I'm very hopeful for the future of our children. Uswege, you and I both know that there will come a time when our souls will leave this body.
Absolutely.
And our bodies will rest.
Absolutely.
We will no longer be here.
Absolutely.
And I pray our children live. What do you have? What message do you have for our children?
That they are loved, that they are important, and that within them there is power, there is energy to create whatever experience that they are envisioning. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to happen in the same way at the same time as other people, because people have different privilege.
Yes.
So acknowledging privilege, I just want to let people know that, everything have its timing. Let us be patient and do the work. And at some point, somewhere in our life, things will materialize in our own way as long as we don't give up.
Wow, I know you will thank me for bringing Uswege. Oh my God, the energy right here, right now is so intense. I can feel it. I can feel your soul.
Blessing.
I know we are closing up. I'm not sure if you know, I have a project I started in 2013. I actually call it a movement to help end child rape in Tanzania. And the vision is clear: end child rape in Tanzania. I kindly ask you to say a short message that involves telling people to stop rape in Tanzania. Child rape has to stop.
I just want to finish by saying, I, Uswege Mwakapango, I am because we are. And so I believe that as human beings we feel pain, and we never want that pain, to like be pushed or placed to ourselves and to the lovely one, you know. So as much as we don't want that pain for ourselves and to our lovely one, I would love us to apply the same to other people whom we don't call them or we don't identify them our blood relatives, or even to those who we call our blood relatives. And for me, I think the reason why I would really invite people to be agent and the protector of girls' dignity, or to be the voice of ending rape, is because it challenges girls' self-worth, self-dignity, something that we really need to be ourselves. So if you need a girl to be themselves, to be of service as what they were created for, help them by respecting them.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Uswege.
Blessing.
I'm so happy to have had this session. Tanzania, I know you're going to thank me and the world for Uswege. Thank you very much. I told you the energy is real. Ritha Talk Show, let's talk energy. Energy is what we are. Uswege, please remember to subscribe. Asante sana Uswege.
Karibu. Karibu sana.
This has been real. I can truly feel the energy. Oh my God.